we have seen very little violence in Matebela, and although there have been some incidents in Lupane, election support network, which has been targeted several times by the government and whose leaders are, in terms of victims of political violence, what we can say at this moment in time is that the violence is being perpetrated by ZANU-PF and what we are terming its allies. It's working closely with so-called war veterans, youth militia, and also with the collaboration of the army and some of the police forces. Humanitarians have not been allowed access. I think that's handcuffed and beaten all over his body with several weapons that he could not recognize. As you can see from the strips, it looks like he was beaten at him again. So as you can see, track marks on his hands from these weapons that were used and on his stomach. LT, you may have seen these pictures, Maramba, Mashonaland East. Taken from his house guys coming towards him all armed. He wasn't sure whether they were soldiers or ZANU-PF youth supporters, and to his feet. Excise everything and kind of remove. He started rotting all the way up to down the thigh. So when we went to see him, they removed basically flesh from his thigh all the way up to... Like we're saying, a humanitarian crisis is looming, and it's looming large to the original attacks from ZANU-PF. We believe that such a second round of elections will not be credible so long as the types of violence that we're seeing continue to take place. The international community, the United Nations and the African Union must insist that a second round of elections should not take place in such an environment. That until peace and the levels of violence actually stop, it's only after this takes place that they can then consider looking towards a possible second round of elections. And I think that was in Karoi, Tapiwa, Mwanda. And we can also confirm the death of the center and other low-density suburbs are pretty open. But